and welcome new beginners to Pilates mat exercise. In this first video, we are going to go over some of the basic forms and fundamentals of Pilates mat. You can follow this video up with the next two new beginner videos. If you practice all three of these between 1 and 3 times a week, you will start to see improvements. Obviously, the more you can do, the better, but you will start to see improvements within the next 6 weeks. After even your first workout, however, you will start to feel better. You will feel the difference that Pilates can make in your life. I do want to remind you that, especially since this is a new form of exercise for you, please stop at any time you feel pain or strain. There's no reason to do more than your body is telling you that you should do at the beginning. So you can try 1 repetition. If that feels good, keep going along with me. If you feel like you need to take a break, just take a break and watch. The next time you try the workout, you might be able to increase it to 2 times or 3 times until you get to the full amount of repetitions. And finally, if you've never exercised before, or if you haven't been exercising in quite some time, you may want to just check with your doctor and make sure that you have the okay to go ahead with Pilates mat exercises. Okay, let's get started. Well, new beginners, one thing you might want to grab to get going is a mat, or you can just simply work out on a rug that has some padding underneath it. I would also recommend that beginners bring with them a folded hand towel or some type of a small neck pillow. We'll be using this underneath your head when you want to let your head rest for a little while. And also at times, you may want to actually use this underneath your behind, and I'll demonstrate when we get to some of those exercises. So let's go ahead and just put it on the end of your mat so that you have it here. When your head rests, it'll be waiting for you. Okay, so before we even start any of the movement, what we want to do is understand the postures and breathing in Pilates, as they are part of the fundamentals of this form of exercise. A lot of people talk about your core and your center, and that is really where all of your movements are initiated from. And that's where we're thinking about throughout the entire Pilates workout, no matter what muscles we're working. So let's start by getting up on your sits bones. So remember that hand towel, if you do have it handy, and you're not able to cross your legs comfortably, or they're sticking up like this, simply put the hand towel underneath you, get you a little propped up, and it will help you to release your hips and pull your legs down a little bit so you can practice this breathing exercise. You're also welcome to do this seated in a chair. So let's start and feel the sits bones going down into your mat, and feel the length in your spine. So I want you to feel as if someone was lifting you up by the crown of your head. There's no tension in your neck. Your head should just feel like it's floating like a balloon, lifting up to provide length throughout your neck and throughout your spine. Your shoulders, take away the tension and move the shoulders down. Feel the shoulder blades just kind of fall down the spine and come down toward your back pockets. So now that we're in a nice upright posture, we can go ahead and work on the breathing. So you'll also notice that while you're in this posture, your pelvis is upright. So if you thought about your pelvis as if it was holding a bowl of water, you're not going to spill any of the water. So if you're slouching, your water is going to spill out the back. And if you're puffing your chest and tilting your hips forward, then your water is going to spill out the front. So what we want to do is get to our natural, neutral pelvic position, which is straight upright. Your back should just have the normal curvature of its spine. We're not trying to flatten out our backs. It's just the natural position that your spine would come to, with a feeling of lifting coming up from within. So for the breathing in Pilates, we think about our lungs. Our lungs are going all the way around our rib cage from the back to the front. So when we breathe, we're thinking about expanding the lungs to the side and bringing them back in. So for part 1 of the breathing, I do want you to remember to keep your shoulders down. You can even put your hands right on your rib cage. As we take an inhale, we're picturing the lungs and the breath coming out to the side, again, without those shoulders rising up. And on the exhale, you're bringing your rib cage back in and squeezing all the old air out. And inhale, go ahead and get all the new air in, expand, and exhale. Bring the rib cage back together without slouching. You don't want to slouch. You're staying upright while you bring the rib cage back in. Now what you'll notice is, in order to stay upright without slouching, you're actually using your abs. You're pulling your belly in on the exhale. So let's start to think now about this part of our abdomen. So now that we've got the breath going and the rib cage going, on the inhale, we're lifting up and having the breath go out to the side. On the exhale, we're staying lifted by pulling the belly button deeper toward your spine as the rib cage comes together. So here we go, putting all the parts together. Inhale, big inhale, lungs going out to the side, filling with air. Exhale, pull the belly in deeper as you get every ounce of air out, pulling your rib cage back together. And inhale, relax your shoulders. Stay lifted in your spine. And exhale, let the air out. So this is letting you get a lot of oxygen in and out. And what you're going to find is when we start doing the exercises, this breathing method of using your abs and really getting all the air in and out is going to help you throughout the Pilates exercises. So this is certainly something that you can practice anytime, anywhere, in a car, standing in line at the grocery store. Get used to it. Practice your Pilates posture and breathing whenever you have a moment. Burn a few extra calories. And remind yourself to take full breaths in and out.